Thank you.
Probably only going to have one. But we'll let you know. I'll be in the date, so, yeah.
Okay, next on the agenda is Coulee Frac LLC, rezone reconsideration. The reason that this item is here is because the action previously taken, the action we took was based on the recommendation of the board, the town board meeting is taken. The only thing we're going to discuss today is whether this should be, committee should reconsider this action or not reconsider their action. We are not going to discuss the merits of the regional petition. What we're going to do is allow a party that thinks we should reconsider the motion a brief time to give a presentation, probably 5 minutes. Then, if there is a spokesman that feels we should not reconsider the motion, they will be given an opportunity to speak. That's the only thing. After that, we'll open it up to the committee to ask questions from whoever, committee and staff. After the questions have been asked, the board will take action. So, we'll open it up by, is there a group here that wishes to speak on why we should reconsider?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I'm here on behalf of Coulee Frac Sand in relation to the zoning change request. I'd like to first open up with just a little bit of history to see how we got here.
Could you state your name?
Oh, I'm Attorney John Wagman from Mallory and Zimmerman in Wausau. First of all, on August 8th, the town board of the town of Franklin held a vote on the rezone application. This is where the first issue comes up regarding this process. My clients had called and were told by the town board chairman that they did not need to show up at the meeting if the agenda item would be tabled. The town board sought public input and actually voted on the matter without having any kind of input from my clients. They denied the application. A week later, this committee adopted the town board's finding after, once again, my clients had requested the item be adjourned based upon them not being able to present the evidence at the initial town board meeting. Several days later, the county board also postponed due to non-notice of the issue. Approximately a month later, on September 12th, the town board of the town of Franklin, after the presentation the day before, denied their application for zoning rechange, voted 2-1. The town board chairman voted in favor of the project. One member gave a qualified no to the project because he had several questions, of which those questions have now been answered, I believe, to his satisfaction. Those involved his approval of and the process regarding the current town mining ordinance. He wanted to study Coulee Frac's reclamation plan, which he's been able to do, and make sure that the direct neighbors surrounding the site have been taken care of and discussed with, which has been done. A third member voted no at that meeting. That was board member Young, who after the meeting revealed that he had been threatened, and based upon the threat, had changed his vote from a yes to a no. The county board then has now postponed any action on this due to the criminal investigation regarding that threat. This site was a previous iron ore site. It was a previous mining site. The site that is proposed, or the operation that's proposed, the Dig and Haul sand mine operation, which the planned haul route is on county and state roads to the plant just south of Black River Falls. The site complies with the long-range Jackson County Comprehensive Plan and has received positive responses from the zoning staff here in Jackson County. The project is supported by most landowners within a 1-mile radius of the site and is also supported by the 2 closest neighbors to the site. The question here is, why should you reconsider your initial decision? First of all, my clients were denied due process the first time this matter came through came through the process. They weren't allowed to present at the first town board meeting because they were told not to attend. A vote was taken, it was denied. Then this committee adopted the town board's finding after they weren't allowed to present at the first town board meeting. Then after they actually were allowed to present to the town of Franklin board, that vote was tainted upon threats to a town board member. We believe that that this board or this committee cannot follow the recommendations of a town board that were based upon a skewed finding, based upon threats to a town board member who was voting on the matter. In addition, there's no processing facility here that's planned. This project and the plans have been praised by Jackson County zoning employees, and actually my clients have been told this is the best reclamation plan that they've seen yet on a project like this.
We are not discussing the merit of the proposal, just why we should reconsider or not reconsider.
The reason you should reconsider is because of the lack of due process the first time this project went through. This board should be able to hear the reasons behind why the project is beneficial to the county. It should be able to hear how it's going to benefit the county, how it fits into the comprehensive plan, and why the actual town board of the town of Franklin is actually in support of this project, notwithstanding threats made to board members. We request the ability to have our due process.
Thank you. Is there a spokesman that would you like to address why we should not reconsider this action?
I'd like to speak, Mr. Chairman.
You will speak to the group, and
I'll try.
Keep it brief, and we will keep it to the point of why we should not reconsider, not the merit of the proposal.
Correct. My name is Tom Clark. I'm a resident of the town of Franklin.
Could you speak up?
Yes, Tom Clark, resident of the town of Franklin. Lived there about 30 years. I have to differ with the presentation just given as to the timeline. The August 8th meeting was properly noticed in the paper. It was on the agenda. Mr. Sofer was present at that meeting. He's the fellow there with the white hair. He did not state his name, didn't introduce himself to the members present. He gave no information about his proposal. We sat through it. A vote was taken. It was voted down. It was unanimously voted down, 3-0. It came up here. I believe you folks supported that. It went to the county board. And at that point, it was sent back, apparently because someone believed that they needed to give a presentation, which they then did on September 11th. They got our whole town hall for 2 hours and spent that time. We couldn't have a give and take on questions. It was all by cards. So they selected cards as to which questions they wanted to answer. It's very one-sided. The following night, the town board met, they voted, and it was 2-1, as reported. Now, it was a couple days later that this report of a threat came through. And as I recall, Mr. Young said that he wasn't sure if the threat affected his vote. And that was in the newspaper, I believe. That's a direct quote. So I don't think that he changed his vote based on the threat. When it was tabled subsequently at the county board, my understanding was that it was until the legal investigation was completed. I haven't heard that it has been. I don't know the origin of the threat. I don't know if you do. We're not even sure if the threat is genuine. Now, the origin of the threat is paramount here, and I don't think we know what that is. So to say that Mr. Young was threatened by the opposition, I'm not sure that's true. Now the rest of this is a little different. I think you can see all the folks here today dressed as I am, with red. I feel a little bit like Lee Dreyfus. But the point is that we went around in early September and did a citizen petition. It was informal. A few people went around to residents and people in the township and asked them to sign a petition against the rezone. We got 240 signatures on that rezone petition. Now, if you look at the census for 2010, there's only 328 adults in our township.
Does this have to do with the rezone position? Or does
Definitely,
it have to do
it definitely
with
reflects
whether we should consider that?
group here, and I think the public opinion, I think it's important that you realize that. You know, and so there are 328 people in our township. 180 of those 240 were actual residents, people who lived there. We had over 50%, 55% of the residents voted or signed the petition against this. I think that's a strong indication of the feeling of the townspeople. We simply do not think this is a good idea for a sandlot. And we hope you believe that. We have the numbers. Our comprehensive plan, contrary to what the attorney said, is a little bit different. We are a zone township, as you know. And in the...
I think you're getting off the track here.
you think
Should
so?
we reconsider the
Yes.
decision or not?
Well, no, you shouldn't
going into
reconsider
the-
your vote. No, I don't think so. I think your original
think you
vote was correct. And I would advise you to try to do that. But the comprehensive plan that we have is about residents of the town. It says any development should protect and improve the health, safety, and welfare of residents of the town. It should preserve and enhance the quality of life for the residents of the town. It should protect and reinforce the community character and agricultural traditions of the town. There's no way that this development does any of those things. And I think the people here realize that. And they're demonstrating that today, and I hope you will see that and listen to them through me. I'm not a very good speaker, but I'm trying to get this point across. So I would advise that you not reconsider and you stick with your recommendation to deny this petition to rezone. Do you have any questions for me?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now I'll look at